Hello friends, in the series of learning C++ programming, in this session I am going to explain constructors in derived classes. See, already you are familiar with this constructor concept. We already completed this point. Constructor is a special member function of a class that we have to write to initialize data members of a class. And whenever any object of that class is created, automatically the constructor will be called. Now, what is this constructors in derived classes? Means suppose in inheritance concept, again you are using this constructor. Then that is again possible and that we have to discuss here. Means how to write a constructor in base, how to write constructor in derived class, everything we have to discuss in depth. Now see, let there is a class A and it is having one default constructor. Now how to write default constructor? See, first it is having let data member n. One integer variable is there as a data member of this class A. Now, inside public section, I am going to write one default constructor. How to write default constructor? Class name and this parenthesis will be blank. This is nothing but a default constructor. See, default constructor means no argument. I am not passing anything. That's why I am here initializing that n variable to 10. No problem, you can initialize to 0 also. Okay, and here I am just writing message like default base constructor called. That's it. And suppose there is one display member function and so on, and here I am closing the class. Now I am creating one derived class of this class A. How to create derived class? Let class B, and here we have to write like public A. Now inside class B again let there is one more data member M, and here inside public section we have to write the constructor. Suppose B, it is a default constructor, that's why class name and blank parenthesis we have to write. Now here M equal to let 20, and again I am just writing here default derived constructor called. This is just a message I just want to display whenever this constructor will get called. Means I just want to check how the constructor is getting called whenever we will create object of this derived class. Now here display member function again. Okay, now this is our class. Suppose means this is the base class, this one is a derived class. Base class is having default constructor, derived class is also having a default constructor. Now normally we create object of derived class. How to create object? In main void main, and here we have to create one object of derived class. How to create object? Simple, class name let obj. Now we already discussed whenever object is created automatically the constructor will be called. Now we are creating object of B, default constructor will get automatically called, but this class B is not a normal class, it is a derived class. That's why first default constructor of base will be called and then derived will be called. Okay, now here again you can call display member functions of both the classes, no problem. See, whenever this main will gets executed, we will get output like the value of n will be 10 and default base constructor called, this message will get, and then this default derived constructor called. This type of output you will get. Means the order of inheritance means first base class constructor will be called and then derived class constructor will be called. This is the overall inheritance and constructor concept. Now here we are not doing anything, means we are not calling base constructor or derived constructor explicitly because these are just default constructors. But if any base class is having any parameterized constructor, then it is mandatory to call it explicitly through derived class constructor. See, here this base class constructor is not taking any argument. This is a default constructor, no problem, it will get automatically called, no any problem. But see, if this base class constructor is a parameterized constructor, parameterized means it is taking arguments, then there is a compulsion that you have to call it explicitly through derived class constructor. That is the responsibility of programmer. Okay, it will not get automatically called in that case. That part I am going to explain now. This is not a default constructor, this is a parameterized constructor. Now how we have to write this one? Here we have to pass one argument to this constructor, like let integer x I am passing, and here n is equal to x. Whatever passed integer value that we will assign to this n data member of this class A. Now we will write display member function also. Here see void display. Here display means just display the value of n. Now see, this class A is not having any default constructor, no problem. It is having a parameterized constructor, this one A, and I am passing one integer argument. That means it is a parameterized constructor. Now whatever passed x, that will get assigned to n, and here we are just displaying base constructor called. That type of message we have to display. Okay. Now again it is having display. See, I am writing let display A. That type of member function, it is just displaying value of n data member. Okay. Now see, class B I am creating public A. Means what? This is a derived class. And now here it is also having its own data member, one integer m. Now inside public section, now we have to write again constructor for this derived class. Now see, we have just discussed that if any base class is having a parameterized constructor, then there is a compulsion that through derived class constructor we have to call base class constructor explicitly. See, inside public section we have to write a parameterized constructor. Now how to write? Simple, class name is B, and here we have to pass one integer argument for its own member, like let integer y suppose. Now we have to write like m is equal to y. See, here we are just initializing its own data member, but actually we have to call this constructor also through this parameterized constructor. Now how to do that? Instead of passing only single argument, pass this argument also. Now how to pass? Simple, int x comma int y. Now here we have assigned y, whatever second argument, to this m, and first argument, first integer that we will pass while creation of this B class object, that we have to pass to this base constructor. Now how to call base class constructor? Simple way, just like inheritance. Here again write colon. After this constructor signature, after this we have to write one colon, and then call base class constructor like class name, and we have to pass here x. Getting? In this way we have to call base class parameterized constructor through derived class constructor. Getting? In this way we have to call, and m is equal to y we have assigned. Now here I am just displaying cout derived constructor called. Okay, close. And now we can write a display member function also inside this class. Let void display. This is a part of class B. Okay, simple cout. Here I just want to display the value of m. Close the class, give semicolon. Getting? Now we will write main. Main how? Simple, void main, and here we will create one object of this derived class. How to create object? Simple, b obj. Suppose whenever you will create object like this, you will get compile time error. Of course, if a class is having only parameterized constructor, then it is mandatory that you have to pass arguments while creation of object of that class. See, this class B is having only parameterized constructor, no any default constructor is present here. That's why you cannot create object like this. Now, see, this B class constructor is taking two arguments. That's why while creation of object of this B class, we have to pass two integers. let 4 and 5 I am passing. Now what will happen? First inside x 4 will get copied, inside y 5 will get copied, and here we are calling this base class constructor explicitly. Means here automatically base class constructor will be called and first argument will be passed to that base class constructor. Now 4 value will be passed here, that will get copied inside this x. This x is different, this x is different. Okay, this is local to this one, this is local to this one. Now 4 value will get assigned to n member of this class A, and we will get output like base constructor called. Okay, and after that this will be executed. To m value y will be assigned, 5 value will get assigned to m, and derived constructor called. This type of message you will get onto the output screen after this. Okay, and now we will call display A, and here suppose I am giving name display B, both the member functions one by one. Now here we can call display A member function very easily, because this is now part of class B also, because class B is derived from class A. Whatever present inside public section of class A will automatically come inside public section of class B. Okay, that's why this display A member function is a part of that object also. Now that's why we'll call obj dot display A, and then obj dot its own function display B. Now what output you will get here? Display A, it is just displaying value of n. What is the value of n? N colon first argument we have passed, and that will get assigned to n data member because of this constructor. That's why you will get value n colon 4, m colon 5. This output you will get onto the output screen after execution of this program. Getting? This is just a concept, constructor in derived class. Here I am writing a constructor inside a derived class, and this is a parameterized constructor. Of course there should be a base class constructor if there is any data member. Okay, that we have to call explicitly through derived class constructor. This is just a point. Now see, this is a single inheritance because class A is there, and from that we are creating only one class B. This is a single inheritance concept. But if it is a multiple inheritance, then what will happen, that we have to see now. See, multiple inheritance means what? From more than one classes we are creating only single derived class. That is the concept of multiple inheritance. Here consider one example. Let there is class A, class B, and from these two classes we are creating only single derived class, class C. Now if this class is having any constructor, parameterized constructor, A will have parameterized constructor, B will have parameterized constructor, and here there is a compulsion that through class C parameterized constructor we have to explicitly call both the parameterized constructors, means parameterized constructor of A as well as B, because we are deriving this class C from A and B, both the classes. Now let us see the program step by step. Very easy program. Here we will take only one data member. Now class A first we will create. Now here inside that class A there is only one data member, let integer m, and inside public section we will write parameterized constructor A, and here we have to pass one integer argument m is equal to x, that's it. And here we can give message like A class constructor called. Now here also we can write a display member function, void show A and cout m colon m, that's it. This is our class. You see, this class is having one integer data member and it is having one parameterized constructor and show member function. Now here this class A, its same copy I am creating as a class B. These two are just a base classes. That's why just like a normal class we have to create these classes. Okay. Now class B, suppose there is only one data member, let n. And inside public section we have to write again same thing, that is a parameterized constructor. B, it will take one integer argument, let y, and that y we have to assign to n data member. And now we will just display simple message cout constructor be called. We will check there that which constructor is called first, which one is next. That's why I am just displaying these messages. Okay. Now void show b, here just display value of n colon n. That's it. This is just a class B. See, this one is class A, this one is class B already created. Now I just want to create class C using A and B both as a base, means multiple inheritance we are implementing here. Class C. Now colon. First we have to write public A comma public B. Get it? Public A comma public B. Now here again suppose class C is having its own data member M and let K. Now here again I am writing one constructor inside public section. How to write constructor? Simple way, class name, and here I just want to pass arguments. Now here if this class C is a normal class, then we will pass only single argument to initialize K data member. But this is not a normal class, this is a derived class. It is having all the functionalities of A as well as B. And now these base classes both are having their parameterized constructors. Those we have to call explicitly through this derived class constructor. And that's why we have to pass here 3 arguments, not only 2 arguments. And you can pass only single argument also, and that argument value you can use to call this base, derived, everything. That also you can do. Okay, but for simplicity I am passing 3 different arguments to this function. Integer, let x, then y, then z. Simple. Here we will write this same thing here, k equals to z, third argument, and see out constructor this C called. Okay, now we have to call these 2 base class constructors. First we have to call this one, let A, and to that I am passing x, then comma B, to that I am passing y. See, these are just function calls, constructor calls. That's why don't write here data type, always keep in mind. Now k equals to z and see out constructor C called. And then we will write show C method again. Show C we have to write again here in this class also. Void show C. Now close the class and give semicolon. See, here we have created class A, class B, and class C is derived from A and B. And through this derived class constructor, I am just calling both the base class constructors one by one. Now here in main we will create object of this C class. It will have internally everything, whatever present in A, B, as well as its own members and everything. Okay, void main, and here we will create object of C class, C, O, B, J. Now simple, automatically the constructor will get called. We have to just call all the show methods one by one. Obj dot show A, then obj dot show B and show C. See here, while creation of object, if you create an object like this, you will get of course here compile time error, because if this class is having only parameterized constructor, then there is a compulsion that while creation of object you have to pass arguments. Now that's why we have to pass here 3 arguments. It is mandatory, compulsory, let 3, 4, 5. These values I am passing. Now what will happen? Automatically parameterized constructor of class C will be called. Now first, which constructor will be called, that is not dependent on this list. Means here I am calling first A class constructor, then B class constructor. But always compulsory remember that whatever the sequence here, the compiler will check this sequence first. Like first class A and then class B is mentioned in this inheritance list. That's why first A class constructor will be called and then B class constructor will be called. Now A class constructor will be called, and for that X argument we are passing. See, this constructor will be called, and to M X value will be assigned. Now X value means 3 value will be assigned here, and constructor A called message onto the output screen you will get. Now next, here automatically B's constructor will be called. Okay, that message you will get, and to end member of that class B value 4 will be assigned. And then next, this will be executed. To K, Z value will be assigned to K. K means in this class K is there, and to that third value whatever you are passing 5, that will get assigned. And now constructor C called message you will get onto the output screen. Okay, and now finally we are calling all the show methods. That's why you will get first m colon m value, like m colon 3, n colon 4 and k colon 5. This type of output you will get onto the output screen after execution of this program. Getting? Now slight change I am doing here. See, first I am writing class B and class A. You will not get this type of output. First class B's default constructor will be called and then class A. That's why first you will get a message like class constructor B called, then constructor A called. Always remember, if there is a multiple inheritance and you are just writing constructors inside all these classes, then the order of execution of constructors is totally dependent on this sequence, inheritance sequence. This header line is very much important. Because of that, first class B's default constructor will be called, whether you are writing here first A constructor and then B constructor. It doesn't matter which is the sequence here. This sequence is very much important and that will be followed. And that's why you will get output like this. First B's constructor will be called and then A is called. Okay, this is very much important point. One more point is there. See, here while calling constructors we are writing like this. In the same way, whatever initialization of data member, there is a different syntax. One more syntax to initialize. Here using assignment operator we are assigning whatever passed argument to K. Here one more point is there. We can also write like this, comma, then here K member and to in bracket Z we can assign. Like function call also we can do assignment instead of this. This is allowed. Here you will not get any type of error. This is perfectly valid. You can write the assignment in this way also. Again here also you can write n equals to y you have written. Instead of that you can write like this. Here after a constructor n and in bracket y. This is not a constructor call. This is just a assignment. Okay, that is again perfectly valid. Here also you can follow the same syntax, colon m and here x. Okay, fine. You can do assignment in this way also, just like a function call. That is only the point. Again one more point. Here we are passing 3 arguments. No any compulsion. If you want to assign different values to different members, then you have to pass 3 arguments. If you want to assign addition of x and y to the k member, okay fine, you can pass here only 2 arguments. And here you can write like k equal to x plus y. Fine. Here you will pass only 2 arguments then. And here you will get 7 value assigned to k. While creation of object of this class C, you have to pass only 2 arguments now. How many arguments you are passing, it doesn't matter. So you have to compulsory call base class parameterized constructor through derived class parameterized constructor. That is programmer's responsibility. That is only the point you have to keep in mind while doing this inheritance. Okay, if inheritance is there in a program and constructors you are writing inside classes, then you have to take care of all these things. That's it about constructors in derived classes. In the next session, we will see nested classes concept. Till that, take care. Bye-bye. Thank you.